This is my ancient Maya build. It has a over and up by 2 every single time for a design that gives you a 2x2 brick block that goes all the way up the building to make it look tall, to make it taller. So the size, we try to keep it 1:1 scale, but we came into an issue with the stairs because the actual stair block has 2 stairs, which means you can only get an exact even number, not odd number, like we need 91 steps. So we only got 90, which adds up to 360. But the real one has 364 steps, which is the exact amount of days in a year minus 1. The ancient Mayas used this huge tower to sacrifice people to the gods. The name of this tower is Chichen Itza. The jungle was made by just planting trees in a 4x4 grid to grow a special big tree. Now we're moving on to the next one. This is the Pocketok Court. They use this to play the ancient game of Pocketok. Pocketok is a game where 5 players on each team, and a total of 10 players, try to knock a rubber ball without using their hands or feet, using their hips and their heads to get the rubber ball all the way up the stairs, or wasn't really stairs, but that was the closest we could get, but like ramps that go all the way up to the hoop and try to hit it into the hoop. The villagers are a representation of the people who played. Now, the people who played were, they had teams of 5, and then they would compete, so there was 10 villagers in total. The vegetation was a little bit special for this one and all the other ones, where you bone meal the floor, and it creates plants and grass and flowers around to enhance the atmosphere a little bit. It was made the same as Chichen Itza, and all the trees were grown in the same style. Just a large tree and a couple regular trees, all bone mealed up. A couple of them grew naturally, because I couldn't get to them before they grew up with the bone meal, so. That is the Pocketok Court, and we are now moving on to the next one. Sorry I lost a little bit of footage there, because Xbox glitched out. This is the observatory. So they would use this observatory to compare stars to current stars, and then predict how stars will move and fluctuate throughout the entire sky. They'd essentially look up at the sky, write down on a stone tablet where all the stars are, and then come in here and compare it with the roof, which they have already painted with the stars. So that they also could predict solar eclipses, which was pretty cool. The vegetation and jungle area were also made the same as all the other ones. Now moving on to the next one, 1,000 columns. Now the 1,000 columns is this huge, it exists in real life, where essentially there's just 1,000 columns lining the outside and center, and on the stairs too, of this entire pyramid. So I was originally supposed to build like 20 of these things, but I forgot about that, and also this looks a lot better than just building that. So during the movie that I've seen, there was a pit in the center, and then right next to their pit there were two much bigger columns, taller and wider, and they sit at the center. The trees and the plants were all planted the same here as well. And this row would have been a lot longer if... Now, in this specific one, build, there are 364 columns that we built. See, all the vegetation was all made the same. Bone meal on the floor, trees growing everywhere. So yeah, there's exactly 364 columns here. Let's move on to the credits. So the credits are just to show credits to all the people who helped with me. Alright.